Raising children is not an easy task, and all good parents work really hard, nurture, to teach them how to live a respectful, happy, productive life. It's not uncommon, or it's not unusual for any parent to sometimes overreact to something that really doesn't matter in the long run. Fellow Toastmasters, Mr. Chairman, fellow Toastmasters, this story is about a father who cares for his daughter very, very much. And I think I just lost a little bit here. Cares for his father the father cares for his daughter very, very much. And I drew a blank, I'm sorry. Cares for his daughter very much. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to look at my note. It's okay. And he admits that sometimes his reactions are not always what they should be. Not always where they sort of, to encourage what it is he's trying to get across. William is a good man. He's a good father. And he really wants to do the best as he can as a husband and a father. So, as a businessman, a successful businessman, he also knows that family always should come first. Now, Karma, his daughter, she's a good girl. She's a teenager, typical teenager, who's struggling in the world to try and do the best she can, but at the same time trying to please her parents. I did this speech this morning, so I'm really, really lost. It was a beautiful sunny Friday afternoon, and William was walking by her bedroom. And he couldn't help, he was astonished to see that it was so neat and tidy. He couldn't help but notice that perched up on the pillow was a note. So as he walked nervously towards the note, he realized it was addressed to him. So a lot of thoughts went through his mind as he opened the note. And it said, "Dear Dad, I regret that I am having to write you this letter to inform you that I have left home. I wanted to avoid a scene with you and Mom because I have eloped with my new boyfriend, Carlos. I know this must hurt you, but you must also know that I have a great deal of passion for Carlos, as he does for me. One day when you meet him, I do not want you to judge him. Please have an open mind, even though he has tattoos, pierced earrings, and wears motorcycle clothes. I had no time to waste, Dad. I am pregnant. Carlos really wants me to have the baby, and so I agree. He promises to be a good father like you, and he will do everything to make us happy. One of the reasons why you and Mom might flip out is because he's older than I am. He's 33 years old. He doesn't have much money, but he promises to get a job so that he can pay our bills. Any mature person would see that these kinds of things should not stand in the way of a loving relationship. Don't you agree?" William's blood begins to curdle. And the fear sets in, and he starts to shake, but he continues to read. Carlos already owns his own trailer in the woods, and he has a whole stack of firewood ready for the winter. You know how much I love music, and he's got a great CD collection. I know you don't approve of marijuana, but Carlos has his own crop. And he plans on selling it once a year to help pay for the family holidays. Keep in mind, we're going to legalize it one day. I don't like it when he spends time with other women. And he says they are just good friends. And it says that he loves me his way. One of these ways is to promise me that we will have more children. The only real scary news, though, Dad, is that Carlos has a venereal disease. I feel badly for him because it really wasn't his fault. He said his previous long-term girlfriend cheated on him, so he left her. He assures me that I can't get infected as long as we time it right when it's not inflamed. Please don't worry, Dad. You and Mom have taught me a lot, and I'm a responsible 17-year-old. I'll look forward to seeing you and Mom in the future, and maybe by then you will be a grandfather. How exciting! Your loving daughter, always. William sits down, and he's shaking. He's not sure whether to scream, yell, or cry bloody murder. And then he noticed in the bottom of the note, please turn over. P.S. Dad, I am presently over at a neighbor's house, and everything you read is not true. I just wanted to remind you that there are worse things in life than my report card. You will find it in my desk drawer. Please sign it and call me when it is safe to come home. Love you. Wanting the best things for our children is natural. We focus on many things that sometimes too little, sometimes too much. But we need to think twice sometimes before we overreact, because don't sweat the kid stuff.